In the last few micro-lectures, we've discussed sexual and asexual reproduction, DNA, chromosomes, the cell cycle, and mitosis. Well, this lecture will describe meiosis. From my experience teaching biology for 13 years, students have little trouble with the concepts of mitosis. However, meiosis often causes confusion. So let me be clear from the beginning of this discussion about meiosis. Meiosis is a cellular process that takes a cell with homologous pairs of chromosomes and separates those chromosomes into different cells. Now this brings up two important descriptive terms, diploid and haploid. We've touched on these ideas in previous lectures, but let's define these more closely. A cell is called a diploid cell when that cell contains a full set of homologous pairs of chromosomes. In humans, the diploid number is 46, representing 23 pairs of chromosomes. Haploid cells are those that contain only one chromosome from each pair, leading to half the number of chromosomes of a diploid cell. In humans, of course, the haploid number is 23. Haploid cells are the gametes. In animals, the gametes are sperm cells and egg cells. So meiosis can be defined as the cellular process that takes a diploid cell and reducing that diploid number by half, making sperm and eggs. By the end of meiosis, a cell contains only half the numbers of chromosomes that the cell should contain. Meiosis guarantees that cells are genetically different. Now, for organisms that reproduce sexually, such genetic diversity is important. Meiosis helps explain the source of most genetic diversity, so I think it's important that students fully understand how meiosis provides this diversity. Well, I'd like you to watch a short video of meiosis. You should review the PowerPoint slides and the textbook for more information to help clarify some of the ideas presented in the video.
The cell prepares for meiosis just as it does for mitosis. But as the DNA condenses, each chromosome finds its homologous counterpart. These matching pairs of chromosomes hold equivalent genetic information, one set from mother and one from father. Next comes the first shuffle of nature's genetic deck. The two homologs trade genes in a process called crossing over. This forms new hybrid chromosomes. The spindles then place maternal and paternal chromosomes randomly on each side of midline. It is another shuffle that can lead to a host of different genetic outcomes. Finally, spindle fibers pull the homologs apart. This leaves the sister chromatids intact. With twice the amount of genetic information the cells will need, nature must cut the genetic deck in two. This second division produces 4 unique sets of chromosomes. Because they carry half the genetic information, we call these haploid cells. Many of them will mature into sperm and eggs, the reproductive cells called gametes.
I hope that seeing the video has helped clarify meiosis for you. Meiosis results in different cells, each genetically different because of crossing over, random alignment, and the separation of homologs. During fertilization, the genetically unique sperm will fertilize a genetically unique egg, increasing the genetic diversity of the offspring even more. I tell students in seated classes that they are just one sperm away from being a different gender or of having a different hair color. You are a genetically unique individual because of meiosis and the random fertilization of sperm and egg. After studying these topics, you'll have a solid base to undertake the next topic of study, genetics.